It's lovely. You must be so proud. Phil is a picture of him in the Lover's Guide to Football shirts, because he's got 400 Brighton Hove Albion shirts. This is Sheila, whose friend wrote her into a book, but wrote her as a person who smoked wacky backy and danced semi-naked, so she wasn't very pleased about that. Tony from the RSPCA was in an RSPCA book about rescues, and Chris Brown has just texted us as well. I'm in Thomas Heatherwick's design book called Made, with a photo of me and the window I made for Worthing Pier about the Ice Prince sinking. Those lovely stained glass bits on Worthing Pier, which I love. And Chris says, you interviewed me, Neil. I remember it, yeah. One or two of you have been in books, and now I can say this programme has been in a book as well. It actually features in a new political thriller called Seagulls Over Westminster, all about a pensioners' campaign to stand as an MP against a TV presenter in a local election. And they meet in this very studio.
I know enough about Brighton to represent the people admirably, said Bradley. He was trying not to sound irritated, but it was proving difficult. This guy was being a real pain. If you care that much, perhaps you should stand yourself. But you're the one standing, not me, the pensioner went on, refusing to let it lie. So tell us about Brighton. For example, where are the football team in the league at the moment? Well, he said, I can't give you their exact position, but I know they're having a pretty challenging time at the moment. I'm very confident things will pick up soon, though, with such a professional and... They're bottom, said Harvey. What? Yes, well, as I say, I'm sure things will improve. And so it went on, with the old guy asking stupid question after stupid question about the city. How tall was the I-360 tower? How old is the pier? Bradley could answer some of the questions, but most of them he couldn't. He was getting frustrated.
You see, we're not allowed to do that really on the radio. It's called ambushing the guest. But this is a work of fiction. Will said we do it all the time. No, we don't, Will. The book was written by Richard Wade, who is a bit of a fan of this radio station as well. Hence the references. And he spoke to us earlier.
We've been coming down to Brighton for about 15 years. My wife and I have a caravan over in Seaford. We come down every weekend and just gradually got to love it. So we love the whole of the coast, but particular affinity to Brighton. We're sort of half looking at moving down at the moment, actually. But it's just, it was partially because it's somewhere there if I know and like, but I also wanted somewhere where the politics isn't a major factor, it's more about the people. So I didn't want people bringing their political thoughts to it, so you don't actually know which party is opposition, which party is government. And Brighton has had a sort of an eclectic mix. I mean, at the time I started writing, I think you had a Labour, Conservative and a Green MP. I think it's 2 Labour and a Green now, isn't it?
Yes, so it is. Well done. You're very good. Yeah, so you've done your research. Very good.
Done the research. So it's not a matter that, if it's set in, I don't know, Islington, then clearly the person who's in government must be a Labour MP, etc. It's really not important. It's really about the people and the impact of all the sort of scandal and conspiracy theories that impact on their lives and their families' lives, and about the human stories with a backdrop of politics. So it's not compulsory that people like politics, even though it's technically a political thriller, but really it's just an entertaining holiday read, I'd like to think.
Okay, and Richard, your book, obviously the bit that focuses on the radio station looks at this interview, and as we've heard, the tricky moment where Bradley's put on the spot to talk about the seagulls and where they are. So I thought it's only fair that here we are on a radio interview, and I'm going to ask you the same question. So how are the seagulls doing at the moment?
At the moment, not too well. I mean, I think you're about 5 points off the bottom, aren't you? About 15th or so in the league.
Oh, come on, that's absolutely spot on. That's amazing. That's very good. You know your Brighton Hove Albion. I mean, do you like? I mean, it was mentioned in the book a fair bit. I mean, do you like the club? Is there affinity with that?
There very much is. It's. I mean, I was brought up in Yeovil, so like the character in the book, you never lose your roots. So I supported Yeovil Town for 50 years, which is a bit of a penance. Oh, yeah. But I suppose you can say I've been married to Yeovil for 50 years, but I've had a kind of a secret affair with Brighton for about at least the last 10. Not least listening to your station, actually, when we come down in all the... I've watched the stadium being built 10 years ago when we used to drive past it, and then listening to all the excitement, disappointment, the playoffs, and then the promotion. And I suppose I really realised that they do have a soft spot in my heart, because watching the Millwall game the other week, I can't believe how excited I was when that second goal went in and the penalties. So yes, I think I've safely adopted them, even though my roots will always be, it's nice to have a team that wins in your life. As much as Yeovil are not doing very well at the bottom of League Two at the moment.
No, you can have Brighton. You can support Brighton. We will have mine. And Richard, thank you for adopting our radio station and sticking us in the book as well. We're very honoured.
My pleasure.
And good luck with it.
Thank you very much.